Hey everybody, it's Kevin with Online Shopping My Way, back with another review of the HOTEC HU05 and HU25. Right off the bat, the difference really between the two is that the HU25 has two mic units, whereas the HU05 only has one. I went ahead and started with the HU05. I just wanted to test it out, so I bought it. It worked pretty awesome. Right now you can tell I'm actually live on the mic. Really helps to cut down on echoes in the room. Also brings out the different tones in my voice. It just sounds more crisp, a lot more clear. I'm also going to be doing a quick clip just for you guys to be able to see what it sounds like without the mic. Same, talking, all the rest of that. You can hear how my voice kind of disperses. But this is definitely going to be well worth it for you. I do want to go ahead and demonstrate that. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what it sounds like without the mic. Alright, so now we're live without the mic, just talking the same as I was before. As you can tell, there is a bit of an echo in the background. You can likely pick up more background noises. There's really nothing going on in the background right now, but if there were, you'd certainly be able to hear it and pick it up. There's really nothing to kind of cancel out background noises without the mic. So again, this is what it sounds like without the mic. And the rest of the video, of course, I will be live on the mic. We're going to go ahead and review what it looks like inside the package, what comes in there for you, the different adapters. I'm also going to make a couple of recommendations for what I might advise if in fact you're filming the way that I do with my iPhone. I use an iPhone 11 Pro Max or 11 Max Pro. I don't know which one it is. I guess it goes either way. But regardless, that way you can get the best bang for your buck when you're actually using this product. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into the box. Go ahead and get it open for you guys here. Alright, so first things first, got your user manual. It's going to be real useful for you. And again, I just want to point this out. The HU25 has two transmitters that go to one mini receiver. So if you want two people mic'd, just so you have a better idea of which one to buy. If you want two people, like maybe you're doing an interview or whatever, you want to be mic'd or have two people talking, whatever the case may be, the HU25 is going to be the best buy for you. The one with just individual, like I do a lot of YouTube videos, again, I've got both, so it's not a big deal. But if you want to do interviews and just have like two people talking, HU25. If you just want to mic yourself or one other person, then HU05 is going to be where you need to go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set this to the side, and next we'll point out kind of what's important. We'll go ahead and take this out. This is going to be your USB charging cable, very necessary. Just want to point this out, it's pretty handy. This whole device is pretty small, so this charging cable, one end's got the USB, on the other end this is going to be able to charge both the transmitter as well as the receiver, which is pretty cool. You can actually plug them right in. They don't take a lot of electricity and they last a long time. I believe it's like 6 hours, something like that. Pretty good charge time on those little lithium batteries in there. I love the fact that they're rechargeable. You can charge them. I think the max time for charging is like 3 hours. So when you get it out of the box, you may let it sit there for an hour and a half to 3 hours for it to charge. But anyway, this will charge both devices here. Okay. So again, we'll set that to the side and have a look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, which is going to be your headset mic. All right, so there's two different options. There's going to be the lapel mic, we'll get to in a minute, and then your headset mic. So the headset mic, I've actually used a couple times. This is pretty good, especially if you really need to be heard. I actually use it to curl this around my face. I used it when I had kind of like a professionals night out. There was wine and cheese and meats and such, and had a bunch of people from the community come out and plug that into the speaker system so everyone could hear me when I needed to make announcements, welcome everybody, that kind of thing. This was awesome. So if you're doing something like that and you need to be able to adjust the mic, yeah, this headset mic will be great for you, right? So set that aside for a second, and we'll take a look at the lapel mic. Go ahead and get that out of the packaging and take off the little twist tie here. Okay. All right, so the lapel mic, pretty straightforward. This end is going to clip on, your lapel or your shirt, whatever it is that you would like to, whatever it is that you're wearing rather. And the other end, of course, will go directly into the transmitter. So for both of these, the headset mic as well as the lapel, they've got the same setup. So we'll set that aside, take a look at our transmitter as well as our receiver. First thing is going to be the transmitter. So we'll take a look at the transmitter here. We'll get into like operations here in a second. Just want to point all these things out. Right here at the end of the lapel mic on this case, this is going to go right into that slot there. But I also want to point out that it actually screws in so that you don't have to worry about this thing coming out. If something tugs on it, if it drops off, it doesn't pop out on you. So you can actually twist it. I'm just untightening it here, all right? And then you can pull it right out so it does snap right back in. And then to make sure you get a secure fit, you can go ahead and twist it on. Goes right on there, a little bolt, all right? So let's go ahead and take that off. So that's going to be your transmitter. We'll set that here to the side, and then we'll look at your mini receiver. This is going to be the mini receiver, which is just really awesome. It's how tiny it is, super cool. I mean, I was roaming around more than 100 feet away, probably from this on the other side of the auditorium, and it was still picking me up. I wasn't having any trouble being heard. And again, at the price point, I think I paid just under 40 bucks. It was like 37, 38 bucks, something like that. Amazing device for the cost. I mean, you guys look around, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's not a whole lot of other mics out there with a different type of setup that work as well as this one. So this is going to be, of course, your mini receiver, and we'll go through how things work. Here's going to be your on and off button and things like that. We'll go through that in just a little bit, right? And then lastly, let's go ahead and take a look at your adapters. These are very important to pay attention to. So let's take a look at the first one here. You'll see this one. It's got a little silver tag on it. This is the TS to TR RS cable, and this one is perfect for a phone or a tablet or a notebook. If you are doing, you'll see right here, it has a label on it. Let you know exactly what to use it for. And this one with the little green label, I don't know if yours will be, you know, silver or green when you get yours, but TS to TRS is going to be the one that is good for like a camera, DSLR, or a desktop computer, right? So the jacks are a little bit different. It is important that you choose the right one when when you're recording. So please pay attention to those. And then of course on the other end, of course, this is where the mini receiver goes directly in on both of those. Okay. So again, I'm actually recording today on an iPhone 11 Pro Max. It works fine with Android, no issues there. But I'm going to go ahead and recommend, if in fact you are using an iPhone, a later model iPhone, such as the 11 Pro Max, and I think a few before that, they didn't have the headphone jack. That was removed. So you will need an adapter for that. I'm going to put a link down below the video so that you guys can see the link to that Apple Lightning converter, right? So that way you can actually use the end of this. It'll just go directly into the Lightning converter adapter for the microphone jack. Okay, so let's take a look at how things work when it comes to operations. First things we're going to look at is going to be the mini receiver. This is going to be your mini receiver. This will, of course, will go directly into the headphone jack on whatever system that you're plugging into. On this end, you'll see the little antenna, and this little button right here is going to be the button that you're going to use to turn it on. So let's go ahead and turn that on. You can see the little blue button on this side light up. This little blue button is essentially just letting you know that your battery is operating. You actually have power. When it's low, that's going to blink for you and let you know, essentially that you need to charge your battery. If you take a look at, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Yeah, there you go. So this is battery on here, letting you know that there is battery life. There here is going to be RF and AF. This little button right here, it's not lit up at the moment, but once we turn on this transmitter here, you're going to see this light up, letting you know that it's paired. So that's how you know that it's paired. You're going to have two lights on when it's fully operable. And then of course when you're charging, there's one more right over here. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but this one on the end, that will let you know that it is charging. And generally it will charge, it'll be red when it's charging, and when it's ready to go, it'll turn green. Okay, so charging, that's will let you know that the two transmitter and receiver are paired. And then this one, of course, will let you know that you have battery life. It will blink when your battery is low. Okay, so that's going to be the receiver, the little mini receiver. We'll go ahead and turn that, leave that on for just a second. You guys can see the light there. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our transmitter, our mini transmitter. So as you can tell how tiny it is, it's just amazing. I just want to point out another thing too. this is metal. This is not plastic. That's the other reason I was looking around at these things. A lot of these that are real cheap in this price range, lower end, they've got plastic, cheap plastic stuff that can be broken. It does have a little plastic clip on the back, which is fine. It does need to be flexible, but this is a metal casing. It's actually got a little bit of weight to it. It's not super heavy, but I would much rather go with a metal casing. So again, that's kind of what that looks like. You guys, make whatever decision you need to, but again, going with this HOTEC, you've got a metal casing. So again, the transmitter, we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. Here's gonna be your button for turning the transmitter on. Make sure everyone can see that. And then that is where your headphone jack is going to go in. So first things first, let's go ahead and use this little lapel mic, and we'll plug this 3.5 millimeter jack into a little slot here. Pop that in, and remember, we can go ahead and screw this in. So let's go ahead and screw that so it doesn't come out, right? And then we can go ahead and turn this on. But before we do, let's go ahead and pull up our, there we go, our mini receiver. And again, you can see the light is live there. And there's no light on this one, and also display, the LED display, there's nothing on it. So let's go ahead and turn it on with one press. There you go. So you see the LED display, and then this one went ahead and lit up. So now you have two lights there, really easy to see, two lights there. And then when I turn it off, look right here, turn it off, it's unpaired. Turn it back on, it pairs. So it pairs pretty quickly. So there you go. That's going to be your transmitter and your receiver. And of course you guys hear how everything works, but let's go ahead and take a look at what the display looks like for this little mini transmitter. There are a number of channels you can choose from, so if you want to change the channel, maybe there's a little interference with another frequency in the area or another mic, you can go ahead and move that. You can use these buttons to do this. Also the volume of your mic. This is kind of important. Like for me, I like to keep mine around 16 or 17. You guys, do whatever works for you. Testing things. You can just press the volume down or up. So that's going down. You can see that 13, 12, 11, right? So you can choose. I generally keep mine 16 or 17. So keep it back there. I'll put it on 16. That's fine. But anyway, it goes up to 20. So you guys test that out. And that's not a U, it's a V for volume. So. All right, so that's what that looks like. You're ready to go, you're live, right? Now on the other end of this, if you're in a position where you don't have a system to actually put that this is gonna fit into, for instance, if you're using your iPhone or your Android, or you're plugging into a desktop computer or a laptop computer, you're gonna need your adapter, all right? So let's just say in this case, we are using a DSLR camera, right, or a desktop. This is going to be, again, this little green tab. This one is specifically the TS to TRS cable, which is for the camera, DSLR, and desktop. So we'll go ahead and take the end of the receiver and put that on there, and this end is what will go directly into your laptop or computer, DSLR, okay? And then of course, if it is a notebook or iPhone, whatever, or tablet rather, or iPhone, or an Android, you'll be able to use this one, okay? So that's really it for the most part. There's not a whole lot to it. It's really easy. Just keep in mind the HU05 versus the HU25. If you need a 05, this is what it's going to be like, one mic and one input. If you have the HU25, you're going to have two transmitters, one for one person on, that's talking, and one for another, and you'll only need one receiver. They'll both go directly into that, okay? So again, don't buy two of these if you want two people talking at the same time. You'll only need one receiver and two transmitters if you want to do that, which the HU25. Okay, so that is the HOTEC HU05 and HU25. I hope you guys were able to get some value out of that video. If in fact you did, please like and subscribe below. I love making these videos. It's pretty awesome. I love the feedback. If you guys may notice on a lot of my other videos, people may talk about some of the products. I will answer. I will get back with you. I really love it when we can kind of engage. You can ask questions, and even I've had people point out things that I've actually missed in the video, which is pretty cool. That way it'll let me know to be more on point. So I love hearing from you guys. So again, like and subscribe below. Appreciate you guys' attention, and feel free to let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Thanks so much.